I'm Emma-Jayne. I work in Woodvale Methodist. I'm their family worker. I started my job in lockdown, so a lot of what I've been doing with children in Sunday school has been on Zoom or been social distancing. So I thought I'd give you some of my ideas that I've been doing and run you through one of our Sunday schools that we've done with our children, just to give you some ideas. So games are obviously a little different because children can't go near each other. A game that our kids really like is just the bring me. So we will, on Zoom, we'll just tell them to bring me something yellow and they'll all go and find something. That's one of their favourites. And they also like the game I'm thinking of. So you just say, I'm thinking of a colour, and then they have to guess your colour. Very easy, but they do really like it. But the session I'm going to talk you through is about Esther and about trusting God. And so a game that I think would work really well if you're in person and social distancing is when they have a piece of paper and they put it on their head and they're going to try and copy your drawing using their pencil but without looking at it, to help them to begin to listen and trust whoever's giving the instructions. You could have a few of the children picking and choosing, but it's a good way of them still staying social distancing but still being able to play a game. For worship, how we've been doing worship is we've been using the videos. The Tom team last year sort of done some really good action videos that we would use quite a lot. So for on Zoom we just play it and all the kids join in with the actions, but if you're meeting in person you also could do the same, just play it on the screen. You give loads of energy and they will definitely match your energy as well. For stories, I really like Saddleback Kids. They are online on YouTube, they're really good. But I also really like to do object lessons. So I'll give you a bit of an example one. So if we're looking at the story of Esther, Esther is a lady who trusted in God even when she was really scared. So I want you to pretend that this little bag is Esther. And so Esther was made queen. Her parents had died. She was living with her cousin Mordecai, and the king decided that he needed a new queen. And I'm sure Esther was terrified, but she trusted Mordecai and she trusted God. And so when she trusted God, everything was okay. So even though I'm sure Esther was so full of fear about becoming queen, she knew that God knew better. And so just like the water didn't come out when we put the pencil through, she was okay. And then when she was made queen, Mordecai told her to not tell anyone that she was Jewish. And I'm sure she was really scared about keeping that secret. But she trusted Mordecai and she trusted God. And so she was able to keep her secret and she was okay because she knew God was with her. And then Mordecai realised that all of the Jews were going to be killed and that Esther would have to do something about it. So Esther would have to go to the king and ask him to save their people. And I'm sure Esther was terrified because in those days if you went to the king without an invitation, you could have been killed. And so she got her courage. Mordecai told her that this was maybe why she was chosen king, to be queen. And so she prayed, and she prayed for 3 days that God would give her courage. And so even though she was really scared, she trusted in God. And so for us, even when we're scared, and we're a bit like this bag full of water, we might have things that we're really scared of, like our pencil, but when we push them through and we trust in God, we don't leak and we don't explode because God's always with us. So that's an example of how you could do a story, socially distanced, but still really visual for children. But the videos do work really well as well, and they're really biblically based too, so I really like them. For prayer activities, obviously they can't go near each other, but ways of being able to pray for themselves is a way that we done with this is we got a bit of string. And we thought about all the things that we're really scared of, and we made really loose knots. Can't stress that they should be loose. And as the kids decided the things that they were scared of or the things that they were going to trust God with, they made a knot. And then as we were praying, we prayed that God would make us brave, and we undid the knots. So then our string was free of the knots. And then what the children did after is they tied it around their wrists, or some of them tied it around their ankles to help them remember that God is with them and that they can be brave wherever they go. Creative prayers work really well when you're having to social distance, and giving them little bits of paper where they can draw or making things is a good way of them to be able to realise that they can pray. and they can do it in a socially distanced way. Well, I hope that was somewhat helpful. I think for children, they're just going to appreciate that you're there. I find with the kids that I'm working with, it's literally, they don't care as much about what we're doing, it's just being able to see each other and chat to each other and do something that's a bit normal. But I'm praying for you, and I think that it goes really, really well.